Well, New Japan Pro Wrestling just had day 16 of the G1 Climax with B block action, and I think this is becoming more exciting because I think I enjoyed one particular match. We even got, of course, NXT UK. As you know, the main event was none other than for the NXT UK title between the Spanish sensation versus the champion, Ilya Dragunov, and I think this is going to be one you don't want to miss. We also got Impact Wrestling, which now we're getting closer and closer for Bound for Glory with many matchups being set, and not to mention the upcoming debut of the Inspiration and much more. But also going to review a past event by All Japan Pro Wrestling with the Royal Road Tournament 2021 on the evening show, which took place on August 15th. So, let's get started with another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Welcome everybody to Deleted Wrestle Zone. All things with its pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J Rod here. So, let's begin with day 16th of the G1 Climax by New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, as you know, the opener is none other than the Young Lions taking on our very own junior heavyweight contenders. They're giving these guys now a bit of taste run around due to the fact that these junior heavyweights are preparing for the upcoming tournament later on in maybe November or so, which is of course the best of the Super Juniors. Is an annual tournament to take place. So we have Lij's Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi. Now this match, as you know, this is more of a taste run, but of course our famous Lij members gave the Young Lions a piece of their medicine, which is putting one of them in a Boston Crab. As you guys know, the Boston Crab is one of the only submissions that the Young Lions are allowed to use. So basically, now they have to learn some more. Now, our matches of the G1, which is the B block. Our opening match was, of course, Chase Owens taking on Taichi. Now, this was another match that we had to pay attention. As you know, Taichi has not been in a winning streak recently, which he started out strong, but now he's like in a major funk. Chase Owens, he is one of the few wrestlers that was way below than Taichi, but somehow he was able to pick up a victory against Taichi. This was another upset. Even though he's eliminated from the tournament, it's still impressive. We cannot take that away from him. So he pulled it off with his move that I forgot he calls it. But yeah, our next match is of course Sanada versus Hiroki Goto. That match was incredibly good. I have to say they were doing everything in their powers. As you know, um, Goto is much of an offensive guy. Sanada, he can pull off either both an offensive or defense or try to put all his opponents in a skull end, and that's exactly what he did with Goto. He put him in the skull end, allowing himself to win the match. Now, I believe he probably is eliminated. I'm not 100% sure, but I gotta look it up again. Our next match, we have Yoshihashi taking on the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I thought it was a pretty good match. I was enjoying everything that happened. Of course, Yoshihashi did his effort, but he was no match for the Ace until the Ace put him away, and that's it. Now, this next match, this one is my favorite. The reason I say this, as you know, Evil has an insurance policy to ensure he wins his matches. And that insurance policy is none other than the spoiler, Dick Togo. Every time Dick Togo interferes, he was trying to put out Jeff Cobbs. I knew for a fact that Jeff Cobbs was going to win. I was like rooting for him because I thought, as you know, Jeff Cobb was undefeated. Now, Evil made it his personal mission that he will be the one to beat him. And I have to say, not only that, he put him in the timekeeper's desk, giving him a taste of his own medicine. He even took out Togo. They put everything to put it out. And of course, he finally defeated him by putting him in the Tour of the Islands. And I thought that was a pretty good match. He even tried to give him the two sweet, then he flipped him off, showing him better luck next time. So I think that was a great match. It was one of my favorites. Now, our next match, we have Tama Tonga taking on the Rainmaker Kaguchika Okada. Now, this was also a good match. Now, I think all of you who watched it probably would have thought Okada had this in the bag. However, it did not. This was his first official loss in this tournament. Somehow, Tama was able to pull off the victory. I was surprised. I was stunned, but this was also an upset. I don't know. Now, he put out a best promo saying that this was the best moment of his life. I would have assumed he was going to talk about Bullet Club with his recent issues, with him now knowing that he cannot trust Evil, Jay White not being there. So basically, I thought he was going to do that, but no, he was ecstatic, very happy that he won this particular match. Now, let's look in the point system right now with the B block. Sonata has about 4 wins and 4 losses, so that's 8 points. Taichi only has 4 points for 2 wins and 6 losses. So we have the same thing with Yoshihashi, 2 wins and 4 losses. Hiroki Goto, the same thing, 2 wins, 6 losses. And of course, Jeff Cobb, he's undefeated. He is now in the lead with 16 points. Evil, he has 6 wins and 2 losses. That'll be 12 points. So basically, he could be in danger of being eliminated. We got Chase Owens with only 2 wins. 2 wins and uh, 6 losses with 4 points. Kaguchika Okada, 7 wins, 1 loss. He has 12 points, so he could still make 14 points. So he still could make it all the way to the end of the block. Hiroshi Tanahashi, 4 wins and 4 losses, 8 points. Now he'll probably be eliminated. And of course, Tama Tonga, 3 wins, 5 losses. So this is going to be interesting, and I think, in my opinion, Jeff Cobb could be one of the potential wrestlers that could win the block. But however, we still need to wait what's going to happen with the A block. So there will be no G1 in the next couple of days. I will keep apprised of anything that's going on, and I think we'll see what happens. So let's keep moving forward. Alrighty, we got NXT UK, but let's just say we're thankful now that for the first time in who knows how long, they haven't had any audiences. And this was the very first day. Now, it may not be extremely like what we've seen in the past with them, but it's something. So it's great that they have audiences. Now they're jumping the bandwagon. Now, the opening match is, of course, the return of Blair Davenport after she was suspended due to her behavior towards Mina Samuels and Sid Scala, but out of the request of Stevie Turner, who had a problem with her attacking her from behind. She requested Sid Scala to reinstate her, which is good. I think it tells the story. But however, does this mean what it means in a way? Well, as you saw the match, Blair Davenport immediately destroyed Stevie Turner. And I think Stevie Turner bit off the more she can chew. But the way it tells the story, saying Blair Davenport is back with a vengeance. Now, keep in mind, she could be one of those potential wrestlers that would challenge If Mako Satomura still has the NXT UK women's title, then it would make a whole lot of sense in that matter. She even in the post match sent out a warning to both Sid Scala and the women locker room, letting them know to take notice. Now, they showed a bit of a video package by Tailman, who was disappointed of his loss in the Heritage Cup. Even Raja Rohan tried to reason with him or tried to cheer him up, but however, Tailman has only himself to blame that he should have seen this one coming. And of course, he's trying to tell him that it's not tell Rohan that he is not his fault. But however, he did make a reference. He said that the family will grow. What does that mean in particular? Is it possible that we might see new members? Well, we'll see what's going to happen in the upcoming weeks leading to this. Now, in Sid Scala's office, as you know, Ginny has made it perfectly clear she wants a shot of the NXT UK title. She believes it belongs to her. She deserves it. She is the true believer of that. Sid Scala made it clear that the match has been granted in 3 weeks' time. And Ginny made it clear that title will belong to her and fulfill her destiny. But keep in mind, if Mako Satomura retains it, then she has to deal with Davenport. Now, what else we have? The next match. This was a match that was sort of set up, as you recall, a week ago or two. Flash Morgan Webster slapped Shaw Samuels. This whole thing began with Gallus being this way. So Shaw Samuels decided to teach him a lesson, and he did. He beat him senselessly, and he won the match. So practically that's what took place. Now, once again, back in Sid Scala's office. It appears that we have some unresolved issues between both Joe Coffey and Jordan Devlin. They both went to talk to Sid Scala. Jordan Devlin wanted a rematch against him, but this time the members of Gallus are in fact barred from ringside. Now, our main event is the NXT UK Championship between the Spanish sensation, the challenger, A-Kid, versus our champion, Ilya Dragunov. I have to say this was a pretty awesome match because, as you know, Ilya Dragunov has been through hell trying to get this title, but not to mention, an A-Kid wants to edge his legacy in the NXT UK. And I think it was a pretty good match, but however, he was no match for Ilya Dragunov when he put him with the Torpedo Moscow or Moscow Torpedo, whatever he calls it, and finally ending him once and for all, retaining the title. But now the real question now begins: who will be his next challenger? Who will challenge Ilya Dragunov for the title? Well, that's a good, very question, but we'll see what happens in the upcoming weeks leading up from today all the way to beyond if Ilya Dragunov can still hold on to his precious title. Well, we got Impact Wrestling. As you know, we're getting closer and closer to Bound for Glory, which I'm excited for it. A lot of good things are going to take place. It opened up with the triple threat match series for the X Division title. We have El Fantasmo of the Bullet Club taking on Rohit Raju and Willie Mack. Now, we all know whenever El Fantasmo's out, the rest of Bullet Club are right behind there. And of course, this allowed for LTP to finally win this match and finally get a chance to compete for the X Division title. So basically, we're willing to see this to happen. Now, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton were not too pleased with the result. The fact is, Ace is determined to get a shot of the the Impact World title, but however, he and Fulton are part of the Battle Royale that's going to take place over the top match where whoever wins will get the 20th entrant. Basically, there'll be 20 people in the Collier Shot Gauntlet, and it's going to be amazing how this one's going to go. Now, we did receive a video package from Macklin. Now, I kind of don't know what he meant, what's going on, because it's kind of that, but You know, Paulie Macklin is determined because, as you know, he is part of the contenders involved who will be the number one contender or whoever's going to win the X Division title. Now, we do get an interview with Gail Kim. As you know, she is the executive producer for the Knockouts division, and she helped produce the Knockouts Knockdown, which is a huge success. But all of a sudden, Decay showed up because apparently we have been receiving word, as you all heard, the Inspiration will be making their debut, and however, they will challenge for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team titles, which Decay feels that they didn't earn a shot. But basically, however, they did send a strict message to, the entire Knockouts division to let them know they mean business. Now, our next match, we have VSK along with Brian Myers taking on Rich Swann, who's accompanied by Willie Mack. It was a good match, as you know. I think we could see a rivalry between the Learning Tree and Swann and Mack, but Willie Mack put put him away completely. And I thought it was a pretty good match too. Now, because of what happened, Swingers Palace is officially closed. They had a good run. The one person who's going to miss it is Chris Sabian. So I thought this is going to be one of those moments that he's going to think back what great moments he had there. But it's going to be fun. Now, as you know, we saw Heath made his return after being gone for almost a year. He's signing a new contract with the Moore. However, he did ask for one thing in return. He wants to be in a tag match with Rhino against Violent by Design. However, it's still unclear if Rhino will show up. Heath is confident that he is the same Rhino that he knows, that he will not change, despite that Eric Young believes he is not coming back. So we just gotta wait and see. But this match will take place in Bound for Glory. Now our next match we have Chris Bay along with the Bullet Club versus Chris Sabin versus Finn Juice. I think this match was pretty good, but however, the seconds were in fact thrown off of the ring because they are losing their freaking minds. Ref realized it's out of control. He needs to keep this clean, and it became one-on-one apparently. But this time it proved Chris Sabin still has it. He is the better man than Bay, and I think it's going to be also great to see what else he's going to do. Now, as you know, Trey Miguel is currently one of the contenders involved in the Triple Threat Series for the X Division title. He gets interrupted by Alex Zane, who wants to put his A game to him. So there's a match that's set to have them face off each other, which is going to be interesting. And I can't wait to see what they're going to bring to the table. Now, as you know, the Good Brothers are looking for tag teams, so far nothing has been set. However, the match has been set for the upcoming Impact show, Finn Juice versus Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Hakuleo. Now, I want to be honest with all of you. I hope this match goes to the Bullet Club because, as you know, the Good Brothers have been trying to ask for a little something for royalties due to the fact, as you know, Tama Tonga, he is no fan of the Good Brothers anymore since they aligned themselves with Kenny Omega, but it's going to be interesting how they're going to go. Now, in the Battle Royal for the entrant, it was everywhere. We had women, men. I saw Alicia. I saw Rachel Ellering, Kimberly and Brandy Lauren. Ace Austin, Ren Fulton, Chris Sabin. A whole lot. But the way this match ended, Chris Sabin had to deal with two monsters, which is Moose and W. Morrissey, and I thought it was a pretty good match. But however, Morrissey just pinned him really good, threw him off the ring, allowing himself to win the 20th entrance. So we'll see him in Bound for Glory. Now, some good news for all of you wrestling fans. For those who are Impact Wrestling fans, you probably would be in shock, and you probably know what happened. We got Katse Nare. That's right, the King is going to Impact. Now, some of you probably are confused. Why would he go to Impact? If you guys have been aware or not, he's been doing some sort of U.S. tour. He appeared on GCW, West Coast Pro Wrestling, a few others. He's doing a U.S. tour, and it's okay. No one's stopping him. He made his appearance in New Japan Strong. He made his appearance in AEW and GCW and very other promotions. So what the hell is wrong with that? Nothing. And I think this is going to bring good reviews and ratings for Impact to have someone Minoru Suzuki. If you are a Minoru Suzuki fan, you know it's going to be awesome. But the real question remains, who is going to be the one to challenge him? Now, I will talk about this in my podcast. And to be honest with you, there are some wrestlers I would love to see. One, Moose. Two, Brian Myers. You probably say, why? Because he thinks he's professional. But he's not. But he will be eaten alive by Minoru Suzuki. And who can be also a good challenge? That's going to be tough. Oh, of course. Violent by Design. You know, that would be good too. But, like I said, endless. Now, we did have a little summit that took place between Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. Now, Christian Cage is confident that he's going to walk out, but he's viewing as Josh Alexander that he made the biggest mistake of his life. And that mistake is relinquishing the X Division title. Now, Josh Alexander feels that he needs to rise to the top, and I think this was his perfect opportunity. But this is going to be telling the story. Christian thinks that he will not come out of this. But the real question is, how would this be? Can he survive it? Well, we'll see what happens in Bound for Glory, and I can't wait to watch this myself. Alrighty then, so the last thing I'm going to review for all of you. This is from All Japan Pro Wrestling. This is part of the Royal Road Tournament 2021 that took place on the 15th of August. This is still day one, but this one's with the evening show. The last one I reviewed is the afternoon show. And all the matches are part of the Royal Road Tournament first round matches. So let's go from start to finish. The first match is Rahit Sato taking on Suwama. I have to say it was a pretty impressive match. Suwama, he is one of those veteran wrestlers you got to pay attention. And of course, he was the one who come on top on that one, so he advances up to the second round. Hopefully, that's the whole case. Next match, we got Akira Francisco taking on Uzanagi. Now, I was impressed in this one because Uzanagi, he has a really good, cool mask, but Akira Francisco is one of those wrestlers that I definitely enjoy. Now, I would not imagine him as a junior heavyweight contender participating, but he did when he finally took out Azanagi for this one. Next match, we got Ryuki Honda taking on Hokumoto Omori. This was a brutal match. Omori actually won this one by submission. It was so incredibly good. I think it was impressive. Next match, we got Devil Murasaki taking on Tajiri. Now, Tajiri, as you know, he would do anything to win. He spent majority of the time in this one trying to remove Devil Murasaki's mask. But when he was able to do that, he tried to take it off. But however, Uzunagi was not going to tolerate. As you know, Uzunagi and Devil Murasaki, they're both in the same team known as Purple Haze. But Tajiri will have his day. Our next match is Hikaru Sato taking on Yoshitatsu. I think this was a very interesting match, full of what I say, submission technician, and I think Yoshitatsu really put up his own game, but Hikaru Sato put up a good fight, but in the end he did not win this one. But he did knock Yoshitatsu out, knowing that you don't deserve a handshake. Our next match is Abdullah Kobayashi taking on Dan Tamura. This match was good, but it was Kobayashi who put Dan Tamaru away, but a chokehold forcing him to pass out, and the referee called it by decision. Our next match is Koji Doi versus Koji Iwamoto. It was a good match. Koji tried everything in his power to defeat him, but in the end, he was nowhere near catch up to Iwamoto, and of course, this allowed him to win the match by an amazing pinfall. Our next match we have is Shotaro Oshani and Yuma Aoyagi. He is really fantastic. Oshino, he has a great way of putting a bit of the submission tactics, and it was pretty good. He put Yuma away with the leg lock, forcing him to tap out, allowing himself to advance. Now there is another event for this one, which is the finals. That was it. That will be the last one. I don't know when I will review it, but I hope I'll do it soon. And I think I'm probably catched up with all of the All Japan stuff. If they add more stuff, then we'll see from there. But I think that's it right now. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed reviewing all of you. So coming up, we got AEW Rampage, a 205 Live, and of course a past event by Dragon Gate. This one is called the Memorial Gate 2020 and Wakayama. This one is a very long one because I want to keep this simple. I do have something going on in my personal life that I don't want to put another one in, and that's pretty much it what's going to take place. So I'm excited for reviewing these events, so you'll be standing by for that. So if there's anything new coming up for news updates, I'll post it out as soon as possible, or news updates alert. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.